40 seconds, okay. Have you ever walked up to a child, smiled at the child, and the child just looked at the ground or ignored you or even ran away from you? Or have you ever walked up to a child and seen them covering their ears because of a noise off in the distance? Well, those are just a couple things that are signs for autism. So I want to talk to you today about a charity that supports autism. It is called Autism Society, and then I want to talk to you about 3 main points. First one is going to be about autism, what it is basically. Then I want to talk to you about what causes autism, and then I want to talk to you about what this charity does to support autism. Before I get into these 3 main points, I want to tell you a story of why I picked this charity. When I was in high school, I was in an A+ program, and I was assigned to a special ed class, and I had to do 50 hours in this class. Well, when I first got in there, they assigned me to this student that I knew nothing about. The first day I met him, he would not talk to me. He would run away from me, and from what I could see, he wouldn't talk to anybody in the entire class except, or even the teacher. He would ignore them all. The second day I walked in there, and he was holding his ears because another little girl over on the side of the room was playing the drums really loud. And then the third day I walked into there, he was ripping up paper, and every time I tried to talk to him, he would look at me just like, get away from me. And then he would run off and go find another piece of paper and rip it up. Well, I had no idea what exactly was the problem with this kid until the teacher told me he had autism. So I studied autism, learned about autism, and within 2 weeks, I got this kid to actually want to do stuff with me. He would go out to the playground, we would swing, he would ride horses, or fake horses I should say, in classroom. He would ride with me, and he'd come up to me every day and hug me. The teacher comes up to me and says, I've never seen a student be able to work with this kid like that and get him to open up like you did. Okay, now I want to talk to you about what autism is. Autism is actually called Autism Spectrum Disorder. It's in the same group as Asperger's syndrome and all the other groups similar to that. Autism is where the brain develops differently and has trouble with certain areas, such as making sense of the world, basically. There are some cases that are mild, and there are some cases that are severe. Your mild cases will be where you walk up to a child, smile at them, and they won't smile back. They'll just look at the ground. Or they would cover their ears because of a loud noise off in the distance. Your severe cases is where they're having trouble with everyday things, such as getting up at a certain time every single day, brushing their teeth, putting on their shoes, going to class, or say have nap time at a certain time each day. They may throw a fit, they may just not look at you and run off and do their own thing. There's all kinds of different things that they may do because of you're making them repeat something over and over. They don't like to repeat anything over and over. Okay, now there are certain causes, or there's the causes for autism from Center for Disease Control. They said that no one really knows what causes autism. They've studied it for years, put millions of dollars into it, still cannot figure it out. Some doctors say it's genetics, like the doctors from the health government. They believe that it's just genetics. That's all they can say. They don't really know nothing else. They just assume that it is genetics. But the only thing that the doctors can say for sure is it's because it's something coming from the brain, and the brain is so hard to study or figure out that they haven't found a cure for it yet, and they can't explain why children are born with autism. Now, this charity, Autistic Society, or Autism Society, you can go to their website, find them at autismsociety.org or .gov. They're in every single state in the United States. Some there's 1 facilities, there may be 2 facilities in each state, just depending on which state you are. You can go to a facility in your state, find directions and go to it, or you can get online and donate. But what they do is they take all the donations and they give them to parents that have an autistic child, and that money will help the parents support a team or just a one-person team to help support their child in everyday things. Because if you have a child that's autistic and you have to work your daily or work every day of the week, it's really hard to take care of an autistic child unless it's someone that studied autism and knows how to deal with them. So the money goes to the parents to help find a team, or just to help a person that's been in the field with it come to the house and just basically babysit them. Now, there's a certain percentage of the money that goes to a research facility. This research facility goes to all these doctors over the United States, and each doctor is trying to come up with a cure to fix it and hopefully prevent autism at some point. Now, since you guys know about autism and how children are born with it and how it makes children act, and that it costs a lot of money to assemble a team to help them, if you would like to, you can go to the website and donate. I'm sure parents that have autistic child would greatly appreciate it. But I'm just going to tell you that once you meet an autistic child and you actually get to have a connection with them that someone else doesn't have, it truly is amazing, and it will change your life forever and make you think completely different about autistic children. Thank you.